Hello, dear partners. Welcome to our webinar from Intour Maldives. Lovely to see our regular participants. Hi, Alexandra, Andrzej, I see Tiona, Daniela, Atilia. Hello, lovely to see all of you. Today, our webinar is dedicated to beautiful, unique property, InterContinental Maldives. And I'm really happy today to have partners from this resort who will share with you knowledge and updates from the resort. And also we have a live connection from Ireland, and we have prepared as usual a special surprise for you. So it's really cool webinar awaits for us. And while we are waiting for other participants to join in on the last minute, I just wanted to highlight last updates from Maldives destination. As January started for us quite active, and we have webinars on a weekly basis basically. So there is not much changes in the news of the destination, but I just wanted to highlight for you statistics. It's like, as you know, those who regularly taking parts in our webinars know that I love to see who is arriving to Maldives. And as I predicted last week, China forced forward on the first place. And I believe today is a lunar New Year. So happy Chinese New Year to all of you, if someone will be celebrating this holiday. But anyway, holiday is always lovely. So happy Lunar New Year. A lot of happiness and health and only good things in the new upcoming year for all of you. Hi, Anita. Welcome to joining us. And so China is again in the top of arrivals to Maldives, and I will believe that it will keep their position of #1 through all of the year, because there are so many flights from there. And it's followed by Russia. But what makes my heart happy is that we still have one Eastern European country in the top 10. As you remember, in the beginning of mid of January, there was Romania on the 10th place of arrivals. But now we have the second week already Poland, and Poland is on the 9th place for the second week. And I really hope that we will keep one of the Eastern European countries, at least for the few next months, in the top 10 arrivals. So Hungary, let's do it. Czech Republic, I know that you have a lot of guests who is visiting Maldives, so let's push a little bit and see other countries in the top 10 arrivals. So Poland, congratulations. Well done. So from my side, that's it. If you have any questions about Maldives as a destination or about us as a DMC Intour Maldives, please do not hesitate to write in the chat, and I always will be happy to assist you. And here we go. I'm ready to pass the word to Aftan. Aftan is sales manager. He's based in InterContinental Maldives, and today he will show you a beautiful, beautiful villa. Hi, Aftan. Welcome.
Hello, hi everyone. Nice to see so many
Please put pluses in the chat if you can see Aftan good, if you can hear him. So I will just finish my presentation and pass the word to Aftan, so he will start walking around the villa and show you a piece of Maldives weather from destination. Please put pluses in the chat if you can see and you can hear good. Super, Lucia. Thank you, Anita. Thank you, MSR. Welcome to the webinar. So, Aftan, please, giving you the opportunity.
I will not take much of your time, and I will go ahead and show you a beautiful 3-bedroom.
Okay, let's wait for Aftan to get back. Yep. And can you make it on the bigger screen so it will be, yep, like this?
Amazing, yeah. So I'll go ahead and I'll show you this beautiful, beautiful villa. I'm right in the living room right now, and I'm going to go. It's a 3-bedroom overwater residence, and I'm just heading around the villa and showing you guys the living space along with the dining room. It's a very bohemian style villa, along with the rest of the island as well, where you have a lot of beautiful bright colors and patches of colors that mix together well to give it a very homely or very family or style to it as well. Downstairs, we have 2 bedrooms. One is king bed, and the other we just saw was a twin bedroom. And upstairs, we even have a beautiful master bedroom. And this is one of the villas within our residence collection. And these villas come with a lot of benefits when you stay with us in one of these, where you can have complimentary half-board meal plan, and you have your own private butler, wine sommelier as well, along with many other added benefits to it. I'm just going to quickly come upstairs where you can have a look at the master bedroom as well. Indeed. Who will explain to you a little bit more in detail on the resort as well. So I'll pass along to Barbara. If there are any questions about the villa, I'm sure that once you have heard the presentation on the product, you'll be able to get a very good understanding of the villa properties as well.
Thank you, Aftan. I think, unfortunately, we lost you for a little bit while you were in the master bedroom, but thank you so much for showing the villa. And I wanted to thank to everyone who logged in today to learn a little bit more about InterContinental Maldives, one of the resorts featured by Intour Maldives. And it is a pleasure to see how Eastern European markets are growing into the Maldives, and how more and more we see diverse guests coming with different requests. And luckily nowadays, the misconception that Maldives was only for couples, it's finally changing. So allow me to introduce you to InterContinental Maldives.
Yep, and thank you, Barbara, and thank you, Aftan, for showing us around the villa. So just double check that everything is okay. Please put it also pluses in the chat that you can see Rosa good and you can hear good. Rosa is Assistant Director of Sales that is responsible for Europe. So, and today she will share all the knowledge about the inter-country. So please, let's update the information and please put pluses in the chat if you can see Rosa good and see good, because we're struggling sometimes with connection, so it's better to double check. All good. Thank you, Alex. Thank you, Christina. Okay, Rosa, passing the word to you then.
Thank you. So just to give you a brief overview about our beautiful resort in the Maldives, InterContinental opened 5 years ago, so in 2019, and it's located in the southern tip of Raa Atoll. So for the ones who are acquainted with the Maldives, this is a privileged location as we are very close by Raa Atoll as well. And so we benefit from a large marine life, from manta rays to dolphins to turtles to anything you can imagine, and it's only 35 minutes away from Valana International Airport, so it's not a very far off island, and you can benefit from the nature over there. And just to highlight our map of the island, it's not a very big one, so in total we have about 81 villas and residences, and we have 6 restaurants and bars. And what it's amazing about it's that we have a dine around concept which allows guests staying with us to try every single restaurant, whether it's the signature or main restaurant while they're staying, and whether it's a 4-night stay or 2-week stay, they will have plenty of variety. And something that I wanted to highlight as of now as well, because as you know, in the Maldives, every resort would have beautiful overwater villas, they would have beautiful beach villas and the facilities in the main island. InterContinental has a third category that it's quite unique, which is our Lagoon villas. These are my personal favorite. I'll show you why in a bit. But basically, it combines both experiences in one, allowing guests to enjoy both overwater experience and beach experience in one. So this is quite unique. My favorite feature, spoiler alert, is that you would have a 360 view from the master bedroom. So the guests can enjoy both sunset and sunrise views, which is unique in the Maldives, as you know. So starting from the experience of the guests when arriving to the Maldives, we have a beautiful seaplane lounge where they can rest, and the guests will get familiarized with the decoration they will find in their own villas, so that when they arrive to the island, they have the homecoming feeling. So our team will take very good care of them while they are in the seaplane terminal and on the way back to their countries. So 35 minutes later, the guests arrived to Maamunagau Island. And what I wanted to highlight from this picture, where you can have an overall idea of what we provide our guests with, is that we are based on a natural island. So you'll see very clearly from the picture the natural drop off of the house reef. So in the rim, you will find the natural wall, and therefore guests can see manta rays, they can see eagle rays, they can see dolphins swimming across this lagoon itself. And plus all the islands you see surrounding it, whether it's Raa Atoll or Raa Atoll, because we are 10 minutes away from both, they are inhabited islands. So it really gives the castaway feeling that the guests are looking for, and the Maldivian postcard they want to send to their friends. So because there's not many resorts nearby the area, they are not disturbed by the activities, and only on clear days they can see the jetties in far horizon. Within the lagoon itself, this is the most exciting point of the island, in my opinion. This is where we have the manta ray nursery. And so from January to April, this is when the pregnant manta rays and the juvenile mantas gather to take some shelter from predators and grow up and develop. And then around May, they would leave the island. So as you can see clearly, it's a natural lagoon that has been there since forever. And then, as I was mentioning, the marine life, it's one of the advantages that we have. So for scuba divers, snorkelers, and for people who love beautiful colors, this is definitely a plus. The house reef, it's just 2 minutes away from the beach, so they can enter the water and start doing snorkeling straight away. And our house reef was one of the few reefs in the Maldives that did not severely affected by the coral bleach of 2016. So you can still see a lot of colors, a lot of life, and a good sign of healthy reef is that we have turtles that nest on our shores, which withstand how long the island has been there before the construction of the resort. My personal favorite, the manta rays. So it's a quite unique experience. So now in March, we're having a manta retreat, which is a 3-day program where the guests can join our marine biologists and become marine biologists themselves for 3 days. And they can name a manta, adopt a manta. They will learn how to identify them, how to track them, and contribute to the conservation program. So it's really full-on experience that we provide. And then when the season is over in our lagoon, the season starts in Anifaru Bay in Raa Atoll. So this is the UNESCO Reserve Biosphere, where you can find gatherings of hundreds of mantas, and even from time to time, the whale sharks also come to feed on the zooplankton. So we have manta on call, and the rangers would call the resort to inform us that the whale sharks are there or that the mantas are there. And 45 minutes later, the guests can jump into the water and have this unique experience and just tick off 2 of the main animals from their bucket list when they're in Maldives. But then again, coming back to our residences and villas, we work on a different way from other properties in Maldives. So our leading category would actually be the water villas. So we start from the water villas, go all the way up to the beach villas, and all the units on property have their own swimming pool, so all have this private experience. Every single villa will have bicycles, and we have bicycles for children as well, or a seat behind the dad's bicycle for the young toddlers. And all the villas will have as well an island curator, our designation for butler. So everything will be personalized and everything will be schedule according to the guest preference. And as some of you have seen in the beginning, my colleague Aftan was in one of the residences Overwater. So just to let you know, in terms of decoration, it's a more of a boho kind of decoration with different textures, with different colors. And the idea is to make you feel at home. So you are not afraid of dragging the cushions or just sitting down. It's really your home away from home. And you find still the Maldivian architecture details of the high ceilings and open spaces, but the palette of color, it's quite bright. So it's a different experience. And now back to my favorite category. This would be the Lagoon villas because I find them quite unique in the Maldives. So as you can see, we have the beautiful swimming pools hovering above the Indian Ocean. So you would have these panoramic views of the endless sea. And on the other side, you have the beach villa experience. So the guests can just cross the road. They will have the sunbed over there and they can lounge at the lagoon. And for families, I think that this is a big plus because the lagoon itself is sort of confined waters. So the young children can swim over there while the parents are still in the villas and looking after them from the balcony. And it will be more suitable for them. And then again, from the swimming pool on the other side of the deck, there's no direct access to the ocean. So for the young children, this would be a little bit safer than the overwater villas. And again, my favorite feature is really, if you look into this picture, you can see through. So you'll see both views, as I mentioned in the beginning. And I love the bathtub because while you're having your bubble bath, you can just look out and see the dolphins or the eagle rays that are swimming out. So I find this a quite unique experience in the Maldives. So you don't have to choose between one view or the other. And still guests will have access to the main areas of the resort. So that's a plus. But of course, we have the beautiful beach villas and residences. This is one of the most sought after categories in Europe due to the privacy, due to the direct access to the ocean. You have your own stretch of paradise in your own backyard. And as you can see from this picture, for instance, the allocation of the villas is quite distinctive. So we have few of them that are beachfront and some of them are a little bit more secluded. And because of the greenery, it provides a lot of privacy and shade. And so we can also make sure that the guests are enjoying their experience. So depending on what your guest is looking for, we can also guide you to the reservation process, and Intour will be there to assist you as well. They had people on property, so they can advise about their own preferences. So this is an example of the 2-bedroom residence that we have. The highest category of all would be a 3-bedroom residence. And so for big families, We have a lot of social spacing gatherings, and as you can see again, the decoration, it's really different. During festive season, we have Christmas trees on these residences, so the guests can be reminded of what they are celebrating. And for couples that are celebrating perhaps honeymoon or young family, we also have cozy villas like the typical ones that you're used to in other resorts. Now, up to highlight some of the unique selling points of the resort, at InterContinental, we do have what we call the club benefits, and the club benefits would be provided to every single guest staying with us. So it doesn't matter if they are members, it doesn't matter how they booked, or which meal plan they booked on, or which category. It means that every single person arriving to InterContinental will benefit from daily benefits, which are daily breakfast. Then they will have daily refreshments by the swimming pool and the pool, where they can have non-alcoholic drinks from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. And then at 3 p.m., all of the guests will have the tea time, where they have an étagère with 3 different flavors. So we start from warm to cold snacks to sweet snacks, and this is served per person. So each person we have an amount of this, and plus the tea and the drinks. And then from 5 to 7 p.m., which is around the sunset time, we have the aperitif hour. So your guests can have their favorite cocktail at this time, or 2 or 3, or all they can drink from 5 to 7. So just before dinner, they can really indulge in the sundowner experience. So if you will, if the guests are using these daily benefits, this could be considered as a very soft all-inclusive, depending on which meal plan the guests have choose. And then in terms of culinary experiences, I just wanted to highlight, as I was mentioning, the benefits that we do provide everything from bed and breakfast all the way to premium all-inclusive. And what is more is that when a guest is booking a half board, for instance, they are allowed to try every single restaurant. So they would always be covered with the 3 cover dishes. And then if it's a special event or a premium meal, then that will be subject to supplement, but at least the base is guaranteed. And one of my favorite areas in the resort is the retreat. The retreat is an adults only area. So whilst we have a beautiful kids club and water sports center and the hub of the resort in the main island, we do have in the Lagoon area the retreat for adults only, where they can have their lunch or their tea time or the benefits. They'll have a beautiful swimming pool, access to the lagoon to swim in the ocean, a bar, a restaurant, and chill out music. So it's really a heaven, even for families that are traveling together. The parents can come, have a quick lunch while the kids are entertained in the kids club, for instance. So we do cater for families and couples alike, and they all coexist together without stepping into each other's boundaries, let's say. One of the landmarks of the resort would be the lighthouse. So if you ever see a lighthouse in the Maldives, please know that this is InterContinental, because it's the one and only lighthouse in the region, and it's a Mediterranean restaurant. And this is where we host celebrity chefs to take over for a week, and then the celebrity chefs will cook to the guests, because you'll find the open kitchen where the guests can see what they are preparing. And now for Valentine's Day, we are welcoming Chef Ben Shimura from Tantri's restaurant in Munich, which is a 2-star Michelin restaurant, and he will take over the lighthouse for Valentine's Day. So it's a very curated experience for the couples who want to have this distinctive cuisine. And then, of course, being in the Maldives, we need to make the most out of the destination, and being close to Asia, we have the fish market, which serves South and Eastern Asian cuisine, and also it's a seafood paradise. So the guests can go to the market, choose their own seafoods, tell the chef how they want it cooked. And so, as I was saying, every single day of the week, they will have a different experience in these restaurants. We have a main restaurants that serve not only breakfast, but also lunch and dinner. It's more of an international cuisine and comfort food. And as the name might suggest, it has the Japanese twist. So if anyone wants to have a teppanyaki experience, or the sushi rolls are served throughout the day. So we do not really provide buffets. So whenever we have a gala dinner, it would be more of live cooking stations, but we still do manage to have some thematic nights that highlight different styles of cuisine, so your guests can have several options in a tiny small island in a paradise. We have an area that it's called the Collective, where you can find a pizzeria, which is also a grab and go concept. So you don't have to stay, you just need to order your favorite pizza and take it. And then this is also where we have the boutique and live entertainment. So we have live music for our guests. Sometimes we have DJs, and so they would gather around this area. And whenever there's sports events, we also stream them here in this area so that the guests can assist to their favorite sports. For sunset, for instance, we have a beautiful sunset bar. We have a partnership with Chandon, so everything that is served there, it's champagne based, but we of course provide the classic cocktails as well. And below deck, we have a beautiful wine cellar. So our sommeliers are very proud because we have 350 labels of wine from all across the world. So when your guests are missing home, they can just have a sip from their house wine and just be at peace. So we have a bit of everything and do cater for our guests' taste. We are in the Maldives, so it's one of the most beautiful places in the world to do destination dining. So you'll have, even for families, like the beautiful movie nights or barbecues. We have as well the sandbank experience. And in terms of recreation itself, we have everything you can imagine in a resort in Maldives. So our water sports center has every single toy that the guests may use. I always advise to do some sailing over there because you'll have the beautiful views of the Maldives, and then all the non-motorized activities are complimentary, so the guests can just take it and explore the island on their own. And in terms of excursions, as I said, and I highlight again, it's a heaven for snorkelers and scuba divers. So they can always go to the Paddy Dive Center. And if they are giving their first steps into the scuba diving world, this would be a very nice place to do it. Besides that, we have the beautiful yachts that can be privatized, and we do organize a lot of sunset cruises, dolphin cruises, fishing trips, highland hopping, a bit of everything that your guests can take with them back home. And then for our young guests, we have our kids club, which welcome guests from 4 to 12 years old. We have a generous area outdoor and indoor as well. We provide babysitting service as well. So at the moment we have an offer for the residences where the babysitting services are included, for instance. So we do encourage families to come. And something that we launched last year, it's the teenage program. So for the teenage program, children from 13 to 17 can just go have their own bonfire or have a DJ night or perhaps have a barbecue and a social gathering. So we do provide for every single age. And while the youngsters are entertained, the parents can go to the best place in the island, which is the spa, Overwater Spa. Very easy to fall asleep when you listen to the waves crashing underneath. And we have a lot of therapists from Bali, so I always recommend the Balinese massage, as it's the absolute best, I would say. And also, besides the wellness program that we have a very distinctive fitness program. We have a beautiful yoga pavilion that it's facing sunrise side, so you can do the sunrise salutation. We have aerial yoga, and our gym, it's open 24 hours per day. We do have some personal trainers as well on the island, and from time to time we even bring visitor practitioners complement the offer in the spa and also in the fitness, so guests can have kickboxing classes, pilates, salsa, you name it, we'll have it, and it's throughout the year. So we are always updating about who's visiting the island and when. And it's January, we just came out of the most glamorous season of the year, festive, and we are looking towards Easter. So it's a very entertaining program that we're putting together. The only hint I can give for now is that it's an island festival concept. So there will be a lot of DJs and live performance, and it's going to be a very, very good time to visit. And my personal favorite, it's the Manta retreat taking place now in March, so that the guests can join the marine biologists. But as I said, it's a very happening island throughout the year. There's a lot of things happening. We just had the celebrations of Lunar New Year. And so we always send all this information, and even Intour would have all this information as well. And it's a very beautiful concept and a very cozy experience for our guests. And this is very briefly and in a nutshell, InterContinental Maldives. Thank you. I don't know if anyone has any questions.
Dear partners, please, any questions for Rosa to reply to about the beautiful property? As I remember from my experience, it's one of the most unique properties in Maldives in terms of a location, and also they have, as mentioned, Rosa, amazing villas that is like located on the sandbank. So from one side you have ocean, and from other side you have beach, and it's like combining this opportunity to stay like almost in overwater villa, but still you have beach on the backside. So it's quite a unique thing that you don't have in any other resort in Maldives. And also the location of beach villas, as I remember, they give opportunity to choose which one you want to have, like more private one or more exposed to the beach, because some of them are hidden inside, and it's overlapped with the greeneries. And to those who really seek for the privacy, they can choose beach villa, hide it away from the exposure to the beach. And those who like to wake up with the view to the ocean, they have beach villa that is located closer to the beach with a direct access and view of ocean. So it's really a very nice property with beautiful design, amazing food, and even this lighthouse, look at it, how Instagrammable it is, how many beautiful pictures you can get there, like honeymooners, families, like with a little pumpkin walking around this sandbank. So it's really nice, and quite privileged location, as Miss Rosa also mentioned, that it's so close to the Honeyfaru Bay, to the Raa Atoll, so you have opportunity to see mantas. So really cool, really cool. So I have just one question about the bicycles. Do you have it on the island, and or not, like for all the guests, or you need to book it in advance? How's the situation with the bicycles going on?
So basically, when we get an inquiry for a villa and we get the total number of guests staying there and ages, we will place the bicycles accordingly. So they are completely complementary. And plus, what we have that I think it's great, it's that besides you having the number of the villa on the back, you also have personalized name on the basket. So you'll find the initials of your name. So when in doubt, you cannot lose your bicycle because it has your initials over there. So that is
cool.
great. And we have some tricycles as well. Yeah. So it's a very nice touch.
Cool. And thank
So
you,
I
Yana.
see that there's a question from Yana regarding the drones. So just to let you know, as you might be aware, in terms of drone policy, each resort has its own. Due to privacy issues, we do not allow drones without previous authorization. So as long as you send a request before, then we can coordinate with our security team, and they would advise what time of the day they can fly the drone and where they can fly the drone. So this would be handled with a sensible hand.
Okay, nice. Thank you. And Rosa, can you please play the webinar vouchers that we have prepared for our partners, like a special added value? If you go to the show and close to, because it's a whiteboard, so I can't play it. It's a little bit blocked from your side. Yeah. So just.
So I just wanted, before we go to this beautiful voucher, I just wanted to take the opportunity, since so many people are here, just to let you know that we have a current offer now that you can book with Intour. So until the end of March, for new bookings made until the end of March, for stays until December, you would benefit from 35% on accommodation, 30% on the seaplanes, and also complimentary upgrade to half board. So if you're booking, your guests will be immediately upgraded to half board, and then if they do require another meal plan, you just would have to settle the difference. So if you have more questions, you can always reach out to Tetiana and the team, as this is now in place until the end of March.
Cool.
Tetiana, I give you the word for our beautiful voucher.
Yes, thank you, Rosa. And InterContinental Maldives gave us a special added value only for the participants of the webinar. So for the first 5 bookings that is coming after this webinar from you with attached voucher and booking code Intour webinar, your guests will receive a complimentary floating breakfast experience once during the stay. So it's really Instagrammable thing and a really cute added value for your booking. So in case if you will have any requests for the coming, now we are receiving already requests for the Easter as well, last minutes for February. Please, it's this added value voucher. It's combinable with all special offers, and it could be provided on the name of your travel agencies, so basically on your name, and guests, I'm for sure they will be super happy to receive such a wonderful surprise upon their stay in InterContinental Maldives. Yeah. So any more questions from your side? And it's really a good opportunity to ask while Rosa is here and me as well. But your presentation, it was so detailed and nicely done that I think there is not much questions raised. Yeah, so I just want to remind my dear partners, to all of you, that the record of the webinar will be always available on our YouTube channel that will be uploaded in a few days. And of course, after this webinar, you will receive follow-up email with all details about InterContinental Maldives. You will receive a sales kit, special offers that is currently working, all the information available for you to sell it, and of course voucher will be there attached for you to use. And yeah, so that's it. Thank you so much for joining us today and that you found time, and thank you for Aftan and Miss Rosa to joining us today as well. Found time on the busy schedule, and I really hope that this season is quite productive to all of you. So I will just in the end play one more time a beautiful video about couples in InterContinental Maldives, just to create some vibes in the end. And yeah, staying in touch, and see you on our next webinars. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. Rosa, can I ask you to quit the whiteboard because I still can't play the video? Okay, let's try it one more time, and here we go. Yep. Cool. So thank you so much, and for joining us today, and see you next week.